Number 24, Brian Caldwell. Number 40, Justin Avey. And number 50, Chad Curtis. And for the Los Angeles, Wayne Cook versus Dan Down, Spencer Empleman, Rod Kane, and Rick McGill. Officials for tonight's ball game, Terry Horning, Greg Pickett.
Ball game and ended up losing the ball game to Dale. Would like to try to put together 4 good quarters here tonight. It'll be Avey and Nath to jump it up here right in front of us. And here's the toss, and there's the tip. You're listening to Little Cyclone Basketball at 14:30 against Ames. Into Nath, back outside they go with it. Down the lane, shot is up and off, no good. Rebound underneath, put back up there by Finstead, off the miss by Ed Berlin. And Urbandale goes up right away, 2-0 here on the first shot of the ball game. Out front with it is Curtis, over on the right side to Avey. To Caldwell, right wing, back top to Eli, all the way around the horn to Curtis, left wing to Hanson. He stops, looks at the 3, but he's covered, gets it over to Curtis. Curtis dribbles up, dishes it over to Caldwell. Now pass over the right wing to Avey to Eli. Looks for the bounce pass to Curtis, not there, back to Hanson. He'll turn around, get it to Avey out in 3-point range. Now to Curtis on the right side, over to Jake Hanson on the right side. He looks in there and then decides to put it up, does, and hits the 3. Jake Hanson. Ames has a 3-2 lead here, coming up on 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Front with it, Urbandale working with the ball over on the left side. Nath now kicks it back out the top to Berlin. Berlin dribbles to the right side, dishes inside to Nath, down on the block, turn around against Eli, puts it up, off, no good. Rebound comes off to Avey, he covers it up and pulls it out of there to Caldwell. Caldwell bounce pass the right side to Curtis. Now he bounces it down to Jake Hanson. He's double teamed on the block, kicks it back out to Curtis, inside to Avey. Fakes inside, kicks it to Caldwell. Dribbles into the elbow, shoots it off the left side of the iron. Rebound comes off over there to Nate Finstead. They'll get it to Berlin. Berlin tries to pass it up and it's slapped out of bounds. Trailing by a point, Ames up 3-2. Pass comes into Myers. Out front to Berlin. Over to Siebert. Now back to Myers. Now to Berlin. Down low, they go to Finstead. Across the lane to Myers. Is up and he's fouled by Eli. By the first team foul on the Little Cyclones with 6:07 to go. A 2-point lead here. Puts it up and it's good. And Urbandale is up 5-3 in the early going of this ball game. Caldwell dribbles the right side. Stops, dishes off. Eli now over to Curtis on the left baseline. He'll dribble up, passes into Avey. He spins around, stops in the block, spins around, kicks it back out to Curtis. He dribbles down to the baseline, stops, throws it back out to Hanson on the left side. Hanson turns, puts up the 3. It's short, rebound slapped around in there, and Avey's going to come up with a loose ball on the far left side. Back to Hanson, he'll put up the 3 again, and he's fouled. He gets fouled in 3-point range. He'll put up the first one, and it's off, no good. He's got Ames' only points tonight on the 3-pointer. Spins the ball back, puts it up. Good. For the second one, it's 5-4 ball game. He could tie it up with this one after missing the first one. And he hits it, so he misses. Gets 2 out of the 3 there. And we're back even at 5 apiece. Berlin gets it over to Siebert. He dribbles up, dishes off on the right side to Finstead. Back out, top to Siebert, over to Berlin. Down low to Myers. Stops on the baseline. He's double teamed by Eli and Avey. All the way across they go. 3-pointer away, off, no good. Rebound to Curtis and Avey. Avey pulls it out of there. Off the miss by Finstead. Hanson dribbles across the top, over to Caldwell, right side. Back to Caldwell to Curtis. To Avey. To Caldwell, right wing. Looking inside, now gets it to Hanson. Back to Caldwell on the right wing, 3-point range. Avey, top right side of the key. Over the left side to Eli. To Hanson on the left wing, he dribbles in. Goes down baseline, puts it up against Berlin, misses a shot. And the rebound comes off over to Siebert. Siebert gets it to Finstead, hands off to Nath, and he goes in and gets fouled and makes the bucket. And a chance to get the three-point lead. 4:32 to go in the first. He misses a free throw. Avey comes up with a rebound. It's a 7-5 lead for Urbandale. Caldwell dribbles it down for Little Cyclones. Passes Avey right side to Eli. He looks at the three. Now bounce passes down to the baseline to Hanson. Curtis cuts through, not there. Back out to Eli. He looks at the three. Decides not to pull the trigger. Avey posting up against Knapp. Down the baseline he goes. Spins, puts it up. Reverse layup. Good. Nice move by Dustin Avey on the reverse. And we're tied again, 7 apiece. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Down the right side, Berlin. Gets it over there to Finstead. Back out to Berlin. He dribbles in and goes up against Avey, and they call him for traveling. Could take a little bit of a hop step in there. DJ Bergduff comes in replacing Jairus Eli. And Caldwell will bring the ball down. Ames with a chance to go back on top. Bergduff right wing, looks into Avey. It's not there. Nath is right behind him. Bergduff dribbles over, puts up the shot. It's good. It's just a two. He was close to a three, but had a toe on the line. And it's 9-7. Little Cyclones up with 3:27 to go. Dish off on the side, slapped away by Bergduff as they Urbandale inbounding under their own basket. Long outlet pass comes to Berlin on the right side. They'll pull it up and start the offense for Urbandale. This is over left side to McKinney. Back to Myers to McKinney. Three-point range into Nath. He gets by Curtis and puts it up off the glass for an easy bucket. 9 apiece here, coming up on 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Avey whips it out on the left wing, gets it to Hanson. Back down to Curtis, now over to Hanson. Looking for Avey inside, gets it to him. Turnaround jumper against Nath is short. Rebound Berlin, now Curtis slaps it out of his hands, and it's going to go off to Urbandale. Kind of a slow game to start here for Ames and Urbandale. Tied at 9 apiece, 2:45 to play in the first quarter. They bring it across. Siebert over to McKinney. To Berlin, now back to Siebert, almost stolen by Caldwell. Downson to Knapp. He goes up, puts up the one-hander and misses it. Tries to get his own rebound, but Caldwell brings it up in the far left corner. Throws it out to Avey. He hands it off to Hanson. He'll come up the left side. Stops, dribbles in, puts up the jumper. Good by Jake Hanson. He's got 7 of the Ames 11 points here, and Ames up by 2. Myers dribbles in, has it stolen by Bergduff. He'll pull it up, gets it over to Avey. Left side, jumper's up. Two-pointer. The official started to put up both hands, but then didn't. Give him a 2. 13-9. Ames up by 4. Under 2 minutes now to play in the first quarter. Over the left side, they go with it to McKinney. Back to top to Siebert. Back to McKinney, who'll put up the 3 from the left side. It's long off the back of the iron. Nath pokes a rebound out over the top of Hanson. Berlin picks up the loose change. Now back into Nath. Turnaround jumper is good. Andy Nath has 6 points for the Jayhawks. And Caldwell will bring it up. Minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Ames up by 2. Right side, Bergduff dishes into Curtis. Back to Bergduff. Three-pointer up, off, no good. Avey rips up the rebound, but he can't come down with it. It got tipped out of his hand a little bit there. And McKinney brings it up. Over to Berlin, right side. Has to take the high pass. Handles it, gets it back outside to Siebert. Out into Nath, and slapped away. Avey comes up with it. Stolen back the other way by Myers. To Berlin, to Finstead, or Siebert, excuse me. Now over to McKinney. He'll pull it out. Under a minute to play. Ames up by 2. Inside pass to Myers. Misses the bucket, but gets his own rebound. Turns around, fakes, loses a handle on it. He's in the lane, and nothing called, and the ball goes out of bounds. Spent all day in there. And for the Jayhawks. Urbandale inbound with the block. The box. There's a pass in, almost stolen by Shimkus. But Urbandale comes out of there with it. Van Horn. Over on the right side to Finstead. Inside to Knapp. Around, up and good. That time it worked around Avey, and Nath already has 8 points. It's 13-13. Bergduff over to the left side. Gets it to Shimkus. Bounce pass to Avey. Turn around. Spins around, nothing there. Back outside to Bergdup. It's Bergdup, Burrow, Eli, Avey, Shimkus, and Eli. Yeah, that's it in the ball game. The foul is called out front. And that's going to go against Shane McKinney, his first, and just the teams aims to get the ball in the backcourt. Bergdup, 12 seconds to play, dribbles behind the back, into the free throw line, kicks it out to Shimkus, over to Burrow, left side, 6 seconds. He'll put up the shot, it's good. Burrow hits the bucket. And Urbandale will get off a close shot at the buzzer, but Ames will be up 15-13 at the end of one. Back to the second period in 1 minute. You're listening to Little Cyclone Basketball on 1430 KSI. 14:30 KSI, back to action in the second period. Ames up by 2 and has the ball to start the second period. Out front to Burrow, to Eli, to Avey, top of the key. He looks, now dribbles down, stops, dishes off to Shimkus. Baseline jumper is up and good. And Shimkus, his first bucket of the game. 17-13, Ames up by 4. With it, Clark dribbles in, bounce passes over the right side to McKinney. Down low, now back out. Across the horn they go, over to Finstead. Back over to Finstead on the left side. Across the horn up, and shot is no good by Shane McKinney. And Eli comes up with a rebound, dribbles over the left side, stops, slides, kicks it out to Avey. Over the right side to Hanson. He gets a screen from Avey, puts up the 3, it's off, no good. A rebound will come out to Myers. Ames up 17-13. Minute gone here in the second quarter. The jump shot is up good by Finstead. He's got 4 points for Urbandale. 17-15. Ames up by 2. Hanson dribbles the right side, gets it to Burrow. Top of the key, now over to Eli, down to Avey. He dribbles in, tries to put it up, and he's fouled. Good aggressive moves in there, and Myers. Just 2 team fouls on Ames. And Curtis back in for Ames. Ames will inbound on their own bucket. Passing to Shimkus, up for the easy layup. Nice play, and Shimkus has 4 points. Ames leads by that right now, 19-15, coming up on 6.5 minutes of play in the first half. Berlin passes over the right side to McKinney. And he comes out top to Siebert. Down to Berlin, dribbles baseline, puts it up against Burrow. Double pumps, and Burrow came in there and he had to adjust the shot, and Curtis was able to come up with a rebound. Ames could get their biggest lead here with a bucket. Curtis bounce passes to Shimkus, back out to Hanson, and Hanson calls out a play. Dribbles across, now throws it to Curtis on the left wing. He looks in for Burrow there. Now tries to get it in there. It's slapped around. Dishes out long. Hanson comes back, though. Gets back on defense. Now pass into Myers. Turn around against Curtis. Off no good. And the Jayhawks miss an opportunity there to get a bucket. Hanson dribbles across the top over the left side to Burrow. To Eli. Bounce pass to Hanson on the right wing. He dribbles in one-on-one. Fadeaway jumper as he got pushed. Nothing called. Myers comes up with a rebound. It was McKinney all over him with the bump, but nothing called. Dribbling the right side. Out through the traffic to Berlin. He fakes and almost traveled with it. Bounce it down to Vincent. Puts up the 3 and it's off long. Rebound comes off to Eli and he gets it over to Hanson. Ames will come back up. Again, a chance to go up by 6 or 7. Out to Shimkus. To Curtis. Right wing, he'll put up the 3. Off, no good, a little bit long. Rebound, Shimkus puts it up. Shimkus has come off the bench and has 6 points here, and Ames is up by 6 with 5 minutes to go. Urbandale wants a timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Little Cyclone. .14:30 KSI back at Ames High School. Ames up 21-15 against Urbandale, and Ames has held the Jayhawks for a couple minutes without a bucket. They get it into Nath, who's back in there now. Out the top to McKinney. Over to Siebert. Into Nath on the block. Turnaround dishes. Tries to dish it underneath to Berlin, and it goes off of Ames out of bounds. I think Ames wanted to set it went off of Urbandale, but the official said no. Ames touched it last, so 4:31 to go here in the first half, and Urbandale will get the ball under their own bucket. They're trying to get a play work. Nath open, and they get the foul called, the push on Myers. Ames doing a good personal foul, his second, the team's fourth. And just 2 team fouls on the little Cyclones at this point in the ball game. They bring it down. Caldwell is in there. Curtis, Avey is back in. Shimkus and Eli. Over to Shimkus. He dribbles to the top of the key, gets it off to Caldwell. The left side, he puts up play number 1. To Avey. Over the right side to Eli. Looks for Curtis. Baseline not there. Back to Shimkus. To Avey. Over to Caldwell. 3-point range left side. He'll dribble across the top. Get it to Eli. Man-to-man defense now by the Jayhawks. Over to Curtis. He's guarded out front by Siebert. Gets to Shimkus over the right side to Eli. He dribbles in, puts up the jumper. It's good from about 15 feet away on the right side. Jairus Eli, his first 2 points of the night. And it's 23-15. Ames has built an 8-point lead. Shot is up off, no good. Rebound by Caldwell. And Urbandale really not getting into their offense very well right now. Shimkus over the right side to Curtis. He'll stop, bounce pass. Shimkus, turnaround jumper, rattles around and good. It's 2 in a row, and he's hot here after coming off the bench. He has 8 points. 25-15. Ames has built a 10-point lead with 3:20 to go in the first half. Myers, 3-point range, dishes into Berlin. Bounce pass to Nath. Dribbles up. Reverse layup is good. And Urbandale finally scores here after going on about a 3-minute drought. 25-17. Little Cyclones up. Right side Caldwell to Curtis. Bounce pass to Avey on the block. Turnaround not there. Bounce pass back out to Caldwell. Now back to Avey. He's double teamed. Spins around inside. Has it slapped away. Probably should have kicked it out right away. Urbandale 3-on-2. Dishes back inside. Shot is up. No good. Nath rebound. Puts it up. No good. Gets a rebound again. Puts it up and good. And that time Andy Nath just attacking the boards. He has 12 points here. And it's down to a 6-point lead for the Little Cyclones. 25-19. 2.5 to play in the first half. Pass over to Shimkus. To Avey, left side. It's Curtis, right wing. He dribbles over. Looks inside for Shimkus. Now over to Avey. Left side jumper is a little bit long. Rebound comes off to Meyer. And they'll come the other way with it. Urbandale dribbles in, puts up the shot. It bounces off the front of the rim. Good. Urbandale's cut the lead back down now to 4 with 2 minutes to play. Ames right side. Curtis dribbles baseline, dishes it out, but they lose the handle on it, and Urbandale comes up with it. McKinney underneath, and he is called for the foul, I believe. Oh, they're going to call the travel. Is in the ball game, as is Bergduff. They trap Bergduff in the left corner, but he dribbles it out, gets it to Hanson. Now he gets it to Stevermer. Right side to Bergduff, back to Stevermer. He dribbles to the top of the key, now dribbles down the lane. Dishes back to Hanson for 3 from the left side. Good. Jake Hanson, his second 3 of the game. He's got 10 points. 28-21 Ames. 1:27 to go in the first half. Right side Berlin. Gets it over there to Finstead. Around the horn they go. Back to Berlin. Left side. Out the top. Now down to Finstead. On the block. Gets it to Nath. He dribbles in. Puts up the jumper and it's good. And Nath has 14 points here in the first half. It's 28-23. Little Cyclones. Scott Stevermer over to Dustin Avey. To Jake Hanson on the left wing. Back out to Burrow. To Avey. Around the horn to Stevermer. To Bergduff. Now to Avey. Left side of the key. He takes a dribble, stops, and a blocking foul is called. Because what do they do? And the official says, yeah, you bumped into him, I guess. His first personal foul, the third team foul of Little Cyclones. Under a minute to play, Ames up by 5. Right side to Finstead. He puts up the long shot, and then Burrow rebounds the miss. Gets it down to Stevermer. He comes up the right side with the dribble, stops, and he'll pull it out. And we'll see. Ames looks like they're going to run a play, not go for 1 here. Over to Burrow. Stevermer, 30 seconds. He dribbles back out. Not Bergduff. Up on 20 seconds to play in the first half. Ames up by 5. Over to Hanson. Out to Stevermer. 16 seconds to Bergduff. To Hanson. 10 seconds. Hanson dribbles between the legs, calls the play. 7, 6. He dribbles down, stops over to Burrow. 5, 4. Burrow stops, gets it over left side to Bergduck. He puts up a shot and gets fouled at the buzzer, and that was a stupid foul. They're going to only give him 2 on it on the far side. But Siebert fouled him. He got him up in the air. Seibert, they're only going to give him 2 shots, but Bergduck will step to the line with a chance to shoot 2 here with no time on the clock and give Ames a 7-point lead. He hits the first one. 29-23. And he'll put up the second one, and it's good. And that will make our halftime score 30-23. We'll be back in 1 minute to check out the first half scoring. Now let's make it 2 minutes to check out the first half scoring after this on 14:30. Yes, right away to cut into the lead. We started back in for a little Cyclones. Jake Hanson, Chad Curtis, Caldwell, Avey, and Eli. You started in also for the Jayhawks. Siebert across the top, they go to Finstead. Back out to Berlin, over to Siebert. He tries to throw it down here to start the second half and try to build on that 7-point lead. Caldwell will bring it up. Crosses the half line, passes over to the left wing to Hanson, to Avey, who pops up. Now to Eli on the right side of the key. And they try to get it back to Curtis, but Myers reaches quick hands in there and steals it. He'll dribble down and stop and get it back to Berlin. Berlin over the right side. He goes to Seibert. To Finstead. Pass inside. Myers hits the bottom of the bucket, but he was fouled, I believe, by Curtis. Cyclones. Ames had just 3 team fouls in the first half, and they'll send Myers to the line. He was 1 of 1. And he hits that one, rattles around and goes in. Cyclones up, spins the ball back, puts it up, and launches out long, gets his own rebound down the lane, puts it back up through the bucket. Myers followed his shot like they're told to do, and comes up with a loose ball and gets the bucket. Curtis gets the rebound, throws it out of there. Now over to Eli, left side 3-pointer, a little bit long. Avey rebounds it underneath, puts it right back up and good. With the follow, and it's Ames 32-26. Here with 6:47 to go in the third quarter. Right side to Nath. Back out the top to Siebert. Over to Finstead. He'll put up the 3 from the right baseline. It's a little bit off, and a push is called from behind on Myers as he was working against Eastonville. First team foul of the second half on Urbandale. He's the only player really in any kind of foul trouble. He has 3. Caldwell crosses the half line, guarded out front by Berlin. Urbandale in the man-to-man. Hanson on the right side. Kicks it to Curtis on the elbow. Underneath to Avey. Fakes up Nath. Gets him in the air and misses a shot, though. A little bit flat, and it comes out of there. Nath gets the rebound. Kicks it off to Berlin. He dribbles on the right side, stops. Double team, kicks it out to Nath. He dribbles in. Tries to go behind the back. They come up with it. Now back inside to Nath. Shoots it short. 32-26, Ames leading with the ball here. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Eli over to Curtis. Now to Hanson, left wing, looks at the 3. It's not there. It's guarded out there by Siebert. Get it out to Avey, and Nath comes out to meet him. Now over the right side to Eli, back to the left side to Caldwell. Bounce passes to Curtis on the right wing. Gets it to Hanson. Turns around top of the key, dribbles in, dishes over to Caldwell, left side. Back to the top of the key to Avey. Avey dribbles down the lane, stops, now tries to throw it back down, but Siebert's right there. He'll go down 1-on-1, and Hanson fouls him. The other way, not a bad foul. That's his first personal, just a second team foul, although 6-point lead for Little Cyclones here. Steps to the line. Makes 3 or 4 dribbles, puts up the first shot. It's long, bounces around and off, and so McKinney comes into the ball game, replacing Finstead. Shot is up long, and this time it gets a high bounce that goes through for Siebert. And it's 32-27. 5-point lead for the Little Cyclones. 5:22 to play. Ryan Caldwell, Chad Curtis, Dustin Avey, Jairus Eli, and Jake Hanson in the ball game. Right wing to Avey, over to Caldwell. Down low, back out to Eli. Dribbles into the free throw line. Now to Curtis. Curtis dribbles into the lane, over to Avey. Right side. He looks for the pass, not there, hands it off to Hanson. Hanson dribbles the right side, now in, finds himself open, leaves it a little short, and the rebound comes off. And a foul is called as McKinney went up the floor. And reach is called on Jake Hanson. His second personal, third team foul here. 32-27 with 4:55 to go in the third. Finstead gets it into McKinney. And he'll bring it up over to the left side to Steve Van Horn, who's now in the ball game. To Berlin. Back out the top. Van Horn fakes, dribbles in, puts up the jumper, and he rattles in and good. Or McKinney. McKinney, not Van Horn. So 32-29. They cut it down to 3 here. Little Cyclones. Come up, Berged up. Over to Curtis. Now to 80. Left baseline. Looking for Shimkus, who's also in there. Lob into Shimkus, slapped away. Nath comes up with a loose ball. And now Urbandale, a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it up here. Down the lane is Berlin. Double pumps, puts it up, leaves it short. Rebound comes off to Ames as Bergdup couldn't save it on the baseline. Burrow will come in. Replace Avey. Ames wants a timeout to talk it over. We'll take the 1-minute break and come back after this on 14:30. 14:30 KSI back to action. Urbandale takes it. Berlin right side down to Nath on the baseline. He's guarded by Avey. Dribbles in, spins around, puts up the shot. A little long rebound. Shimkus tips it to Avey, and Bergdorf comes out of there with it. 32-29. Little Cyclones leading, and they've been outscored 6-2 so far. With Burrow with a three-pointer from the right side. Jamie Burrow puts up the three. I was about to say they've been outscored 6-2 so far in the third quarter, but that evens it up a little bit. And now it's back to a 6-point lead for Ames. Kick, and the ball goes back to Urbandale. Trailing by 6. Seibert throws it in to McKinney. He's guarded by Burrow. Ames drops back down the zone. McKinney dribbles in, dishes over to Nath, left side, out the top. Now over to Berlin, looks at the three, squares up, shoots it. It's off, no good. Nath rips down the rebound, kicks it back outside. Now down low on the left side to Van Horn. He goes up and puts it off the glass. Steve Van Horn. It's 35-31. Ames up by 4, coming up on 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hanson puts up the three, no good, and Nath pulls down the rebound. And Urbandale comes the other way. Bergduff steals it down the right side. Pulls up, shoots a jumper short, and Nath comes up the rebound. Probably should have waited. It didn't have the numbers that time. And now we're going back and forth here. Berlin dribbles in, stops, and he gets fouled by Avey. Ames getting up. And that'll send Ed Berlin to the free throw line. Berlin held scoreless in the first half. Chance to get on the board here. Puts up the first one good. He for a while there was their leading scorer. And he'll put it up, try to make it a 1-point ball game. Second one rattles around and goes down. Excuse me, a 2-point ball game, 35-33. Little Cyclones up by 2 with the ball. Jake Hanson over the left side to Burrow. Left wing looking for Shimkus, fighting in there with Van Horn. Gets it to Bergdup. To Avey on the block. He down the lane, and travel is called. Van Horn. Or McKinney's going to stay in there, I guess. Over to Berlin. Back to Berlin, left side. To McKinney, right wing. Back to Berlin. Dribbles in, stops, puts up the jumper over Burrow. It's good. And Berlin starting to heat up a little bit. We're tied at 35 apiece, coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the third period. Hanson dribbles to the left side, stops. Puts it to Burrow. Ames has gone a while without scoring in this third period now. Gets it out to Bergdup. Now to Shimkus. Kind of bunched up on the right side. Hanson stops, dishes to Shimkus. He pulls it back out to Burrow. Or excuse me, to Hanson. Now over to Ames. Left side of the field. To Burrow. Now on to Burrow. Left baseline. Looking for the shot, but they're all over it after we hit that three over there. A minute and a half to play in the third. Right side to Hanson. He's in three-point range. Now he dribbles in. Ames being patient. Ames stops, bounces back out to Burrow. He's from the left side. Urbandale very tough on defense. Loses the handle now. Berlin comes up with it. Was a little too hard in the pass, and Nath goes up with a reverse layup. Nath his first 2 points of the second half, but he's got 16 overall, and Urbandale takes the lead, 37-35 with a minute to play in the third. Burrow, right side. Bergduck. To Avey, over to Hanson, looking for Shimkus in there, working against Van Horn. Trying to fight through that. Back out to Bergduck, 43 seconds. Behind the back dribble, over to Hanson. Urbandale staying in the man-to-man defense. Over to Burrow, and it's touched by Urbandale, goes out of bounds. And Hanson inbounds to Shimkus. Out to Caldwell. Back over to Hanson, right side, 30 seconds in the quarter. Curtis back out to Eli, 25 seconds. To Curtis, left side of the key. Ames trails by 2. To Shimkus, inside pass to Caldwell, down on the low block. Back out to Curtis, 15 seconds. Over to Caldwell. Tight defense by Urbandale. 10 seconds. 9, Caldwell dribbles the right side. Stops, gets it to Curtis, 6 seconds. 5, he'll put up the long shot. It's off, no good. Shimkus rebounds it, tries to save it out, and he won't be able to at the buzzer. Urbandale will go into the fourth quarter, leading by 2, 37-35. Back with the final period after this on 14:30. 14:30 KSI back to the Ames tie. The final period. Ames trailing now by 2 as Urbandale took the lead. At the end of the third period, Ames went on a little bit of a scoring drought, but they have the ball back here to start the fourth. Eli dribbles in, puts up the shot, it's good. Jerry Eli hits the bucket in his first and second half. He has 4 points. It's tied 37 apiece now as we start the fourth period. Right side to McKinney. Out the top to Siebert. Back to McKinney. Dribbles down. Double pumps, puts it up, an air ball, and Curtis whips it out of there and gives it to Jake Hanson. Ames is very patient. They didn't get a shot off in the end of the third quarter, but, well, they did get a shot off, but they took a long time to do it. Worked for a good shot. Now Hanson, left wing. Over to Curtis, left baseline. Back out to Hanson. He's wide open for the three. Left side, a little long. Rebound fought for, and Nath pulls it out of there. But Hanson steals. Nope, can't save it. Ran out of room and hits the Finstead back in the ballgame. Finstead is back in for Urbandale. Right side to Finstead. Nate Finstead. Down low to Nath. Dishes inside to Myers. He spins around and gets pushed by Caldwell. Second half, but Ames hasn't gotten the ball inside very much against them. That'll send Andy Myers to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 here in the second half. He hits that one. 38-37, Urbandale back on top by 1. Try to make it 2 here. Misses it. Rebound is ripped out of there by Eli. 38-37, Urbandale up by 1, 6:39 to play in the ball game. Little Cyclones have it. Caldwell dribbles to the right side. Man-to-man defense still by Urbandale. Gets it to Eli, right side. Now back to Caldwell. Across the top to Shimkus. Over to Jake Hanson. Looks for Eli down the lane. Now goes by the screen. Puts it up. No good. And no foul called. There's some contact underneath there, but the rebound comes off to Siebert. He gets it to Berlin. Ed Berlin will start the offense. Over to Siebert. Now down low on the baseline to Finstead. Back out top to Myers. Over to Siebert. Left side to Berlin, the top of the key. Now right side to Finstead. Berlin puts up the three, and it's good. Ed Berlin hits the three-pointer. He had no points in the first half, but has 7 here in the second. It's 41-37, 4-point lead for Urbandale. Caldwell calling out the play. Over to Curtis. Underneath finds Hanson, open for the shot, and it's good. He's fouled. On the arm by Siebert. Hanson gets the foul and the bucket. A chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. And Burrow and Navy will come back in. Lead down to 1 with 5:36 to go in the game. Puts up the free throw, rattles in and good. 41-40. Urbandale up by 1 with the ball. 5:30 to play. Over left side. Now they throw it down to Nath on the block. He's double teamed by Avey, and Eli kicks it back outside. Berlin looks at the three, decides no. Over the left side. Now back in and stolen away by Avey. They tried to force it into Nath, and Avey picked it off. Eli looks at the three from the left wing, decides to hold it up. Now looks for Avey on the block. It's not there as Nath's right behind him. They'll pull it out to Scott Stevenson, who's in the ball game now. Burrow's also in there, as is Avey. Right side to Jake Hanson. Back to Avey. Over to Burrow. Left wing, 5 minutes to play. Ames down by 1. And a foul is, nope, travel is called on Eli as he walked with it. Urbandale, the Jayhawks with it. And Shane McKinney comes in and they'll take over the ball handling duties. Gets it over to Siebert. Inside to Berlin. Now they go into Nath at the elbow. Underneath to Myers. Goes under the bucket and he steps on the line. Avey bumped him and he stepped on the line. And the Urbandale fans wanted a foul there and might have been justified with one. Ames has the ball back now, trailing by 1, 4:36 to play in the ball game. Over to Burrow, right side to Jake Hanson. Lobs it down underneath to Eli. Turnaround jumper is good. Got 4 points here in the second half, 6 overall. Ames back up by 1, 42-41. Right side to Eddie Berlin. He dribbles over, gets it to Siebert, puts up the three. Excuse me, that was McKinney. McKinney hits the three and answers the little Cyclones with the three. It's a 2-point lead for Urbandale, 44-42. Eli dribbles in, stops, gets it back to Avey. Avey over to Burrow. 4 minutes now to play in the ball game. Hanson dribbles in, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, Eli puts it back as a block by Nath, and Nath comes up with it. And Urbandale gets the ball back, leading by 2. Right side, Berlin will put up the three. It's off, no good long. Avey rips down the rebound. You're listening to 1430 KSI Ames. And stolen, but he goes out of bounds. McKinney to tie it up with the 2, go ahead with the 3. Pass into Avey. He dribbles through, stops, gets it over to Burrow. Right side, puts up the jumper, good. Jamie Burrow hits the jumper. He's got 7 points tonight. And Urbandale wants a timeout. We'll come up at 44, 3:18 to go. Back in 1 minute on 1430 KSI. Timeout. And Urbandale will inbound the ball. Port Little Cyclones, Jake Hanson, Scott Stevenson, Jamie Burrow, Dustin Avey. And here is Eli. Berlin, right side, throws it out the top to Shane McKinney. Crosses, they go to Berlin. He fakes, dribbles in the middle of the lane, bounce passes to Myers. He goes down against Avey, now kicks it back outside. McKinney puts up the 3. It's good. From the left side, they're leaving him open. He's hit 2 threes now here in the second half. Shane McKinney. 47-44. Under 3 minutes now to play. Urbandale up over Ames. Stevermer to Eli, over to Jake Hanson, left side, loses a handle, but picks it back up, guarded by Siebert. Into Burrow on the block against Meyer. Turn around, puts it up there, no good. And the rebound comes off to Urbandale. McKinney dribbles it out, now dishes it to Nath. Over the left side to Berlin. He fakes, dribbles in, stops, lobs it out there to McKinney. And they throw it away. Try to throw it to Seibert, and they threw it away, and the Cyclones get it back. 2:21 to go, trailing by 3. Stevermer in the ball game. He brings it up. Dribbles to the right side. Between the legs, stops. Gets it to Hanson. Now down on the block to Burrow again. Turn around against Myers. Fakes him, puts it up. It's blocked. Myers recovered well on that as Burrow got him off his feet, but he has the long arms and has the height on Jamie Burrow. And was able to come back and block it. Under 2 minutes now to play. Shot is up and short. Rebound comes out long. Stevenmer gets it down the right side. And he'll pull it up and try to get the offense going for Little Cyclones. Minute 44 to go. To Burrow. Left side of the key. Over to Avey. To Hanson. He dribbles in, and Stevenmer gets fouled by Berlin on the reach. Urbandale, but Ames hasn't really attacked the basket much to draw many fouls. And Shimkus will come in and replace Burrow. And Shimkus gets the pass inbounds, almost loses the handle out to Eli. Looks at the three, stops, fakes Berlin up, puts it up, and gets hit, but nothing called. And Urbandale comes up with a loose ball. And they'll pull it out. And Hanson fouls. Ames has one more to go before Urbandale is in the bonus. Siebert to throw it in. And they have to call a timeout. Couldn't get it in time. Back to action here at Ames High. Minute 10 and counting. Urbandale with a 3-point lead over Little Cyclones, 47-44. Dribbling out front with it. Trying to work some time off the clock. Little Cyclones, next foul will put them in the 1-and-1. Cross they go to McKinney. Dribbles down, under a minute now to play. And a foul is called. Andy Myers to the line for the 1-and-1. He is 3 of 5 tonight from the free throw line. 54 seconds to go. Urbandale up by 3. And Urbandale. Myers, oh, he gets the first one to rattle around and goes, so he'll get one more. Urbandale 12 for most of the ball game, and then came on a little bit in the third and ended up going ahead to start the fourth quarter by 2. Free throws up this time and good, and it makes it a 5-point lead. 52 seconds and counting. Jake Hanson comes up and calls the timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back after this on 1430 KSI. 14:30 KSI, back to action. 45 seconds to play in the ball game. Ames trailing by 5. And Urbandale's outscored them 29-15, I believe, here in the second half. Shot is up by Hanson, no good. Eli rebounds it, brings it back outside. Ames needs to get a 3 or 2 in a hurry here. And Stevenmer dribbles in, dishes off to Shimkus underneath, puts it up and good. Shimkus. And Ames will call a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Little Cyclones now trailing by 3. We'll need to get the ball back on the steal or get the foul and hope that the timeout. 25 seconds to go. Urbandale will have the ball. Ames will come up into pressure. They get it in. Stevenmer slaps it away from behind. It goes out of bounds back to Urbandale, and they lose a tick off the clock on that exchange. And Urbandale sets up with everybody here in the front court. There's the pass, comes into Myers, and Ames quickly over. He gets it off. They come over to foul, and a foul is called on Shimkus. Called, and Urbandale got the ball back. First from the free throw line tonight. First attempts. He misses it. Rebound comes out to Stevenmer. They got a chance now. Stevenmer pulls it out to Eli. Dribbles across underneath to Shimkus, puts it up and good. And Ames calls a timeout. 10 seconds to go. They trail by 1. We'll keep it right here. And now have it down to 1 to guard the pass inbounds from Siebert. Looking, he gets it in, and they quickly come up and they foul right away. 2 seconds gone. And there's a whole host over there, and they call that on Stevenmer. On the personal foul, his first. And that's good. And this is what it almost should be. In Ames' favor. He hits the first one, though. Find a chance to make it a 3-point ball game. 8 seconds to go. Puts it up and hits it. 3-point lead for Urbandale. Ames gets it in. Back to Hanson. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to Bergdorf. Eli's not going to get a shot off. He hit it, but it was after the buzzer. And Ames did not get the 3 off, and they will lose here by 3, 51-48. As they dribbled in and kicked it back out to Eli, but he did not get the shot off. He got it off after the buzzer. He hit it, but it did not count. And Ames will fall by 3 to Urbandale, 51. to 48. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and check out the scoring in the ballgame.